City starting lineups tonight. Allen Iverson, Eric Snow, Kenny Thomas, Darren Coleman, and Craig Buckner. Keith Van Horn is still out.
Well, I think he has to be careful of both of them. I don't think it's a definite answer. Certainly you want rest, but you certainly in some instances want that number one, but you want positioning also. 4 rebounds in most instances.
This is Tony Battie, and a rebound by Allen Iverson inside.
Trap the high post from the corner.
Iverson just about had the steal, but Craig Buckner does, and a foul on Tony Delk. Iverson leads the NBA in steals. In fact, he has set a single-season Philadelphia 76er record. The foul goes on Delk for steals, breaking the old record held back in the mid-70s by Steve Mix.
And that has a lot to do with his sudden burst of speed. He's so quick. But the true test will be for him to play defense and stand in front of his man.
I think Allen's just getting smarter. He's just more mature, just like every player gets at this stage of their career. He's been through a lot, and I think that Larry's less frustrated with him because Allen's starting to understand a lot of the things he's been trying to preach to him.
That was a nice pass by Iverson into Derek Coleman.
It is amazing. You got to definitely get some penetration, some post-up baskets.
Oh, that was a spectacular move. In fact, a series of moves by Allen Iverson. Guarding Kenny Thomas of Philadelphia.
Good screen right there by Derek Coleman. Does a good job. Derek Coleman, we talked about his physical ailments, but
he went to opening in, and you're right about the shooting, that there's no shot clock. At least penetrate and pull the defense and throw it out.
Aaron McKee is in for the first time for Philadelphia. Rebounded by Pierce. Broken up by Allen Iverson, leading the league in steals, and puts in for 2.
That's what he's really good at, anticipating, looking to steal.
Walker with 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Allen Iverson. And Iverson has now hit 3 consecutive shots.
When you get these kind of baskets right here, good job. Again, leading the league in steals by a large margin over Doug Christie, and that makes the basket bigger.
The Celtics on top, 16-12 here in Boston tonight. Checked in the game, and he, of course, joins Paul Pierce. Another steal by Allen Iverson, his second of the game. Racing the other way, the Sixers. And approaching a minute to play here in the first quarter.
Release Walker went, Release Walker went in the right direction.
And Brian Skinner finds 2 inside.
Beat him more off the dribble, whereas Kenny Thomas, he was looking to shoot over the top.
Bremer had that deflected, and that goes out of bounds. It'll be a deflection, I think.
Again, Allen draws so much attention. Beautiful find. Should have been a quarterback.
And they should be, boss. He was a high school quarterback.
The shot. That was a leprechaun bounce right there. Bremer hit a big shot last night, winning the game in Washington, clinching the playoffs.
And Iverson nails one right there, and Allen Iverson has put an 8 here in the first quarter. And Allen Iverson, who began the game 0 of 3, finishes 4 of 8. He has 8 points, 2 steals, 2 assists in the first 12 minutes of the game, and giving us one dazzling move after another. The former MVP of the NBA.
Worthy, because he felt he was the best player from North Carolina, not James Worthy. And he went at James, scored 15 points in the fourth quarter of Game 7.
Well, I think Philadelphia may retire the number 3 of Allen Iverson eventually. Iverson comes up with the steal to begin the second quarter. Kenny Thomas, one of the more underrated forwards in the NBA, and he throws it away. A 4th steal for Allen Iverson. Flips in, rejected by Pierce, who goes colliding with Iverson, and a foul called. No, just a great play and no foul called, and count the 2, and Philadelphia ties the game. It was terrific.
The kid Sweetney, though, from Georgetown, announced that he's coming out today, and I think he should be right up there in the top 3 or 4 picks as well.
Derek Coleman nails it. Derek Coleman played in the Final 4.
I definitely think, Danny, he needs to post more and penetrate more because he's so agile, he can get there.
What a crossover by Allen Iverson. That was a mesmerizing play. They have an 8-point lead.
Well, we talked about Allen in football right here. You see him in the open court, but there he's a short yardage back, finishing at the rim.
We come in 15 games over 500. Iverson knifing his way through. Allen Iverson with another dazzling play.
Moments are legitimate. But look at this. He's everywhere, stealing the ball, all over the place on defense, where he leads the league. In the open court, he's one of the most unstoppable guys of all time. And in the half court, he does the same thing. But this great steals. 5 steals already in the first half. Into the free throw line, shooting the outside shot. He's doing everything for this team, you guys. And, there wasn't a lot of talk up until the last few weeks about Allen Iverson as an MVP candidate, but he's definitely got to be a candidate the way he's carried this team the second half of the season.
John, he won it a couple of years ago in the 0-1 season for Philadelphia, the MVP that is, and he brings Philly now to within 3 with under a minute to play in the first half.
Well, not only MVP, there wasn't a lot of talk about him being on the Olympics.
It's his first. You know what surprised people, I think, about Iverson is that he already ranks in the top 5 in the all-time scoring average in the history of the NBA at over 27 points a game.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely the best guard that's ever put on a 76er uniform. Thomas is getting every rebound. That's all I keep hearing you say, Kevin.
He's got 11. He's got 11, Danny, outside. Allen Iverson for 2. And AI has a game-high 20 points. Shot clock at 2. Iverson. Good! Allen Iverson has been a flamethrower in this first half.
Iverson inside. Philly by 2. Iverson falling away. Puts it in.
Iverson. Oh, what a play by Allen Iverson.
That is one little big man right there.
I love that comment. That is one little big man. And tonight he has shown some of that for Philadelphia. A smart game, John. You know, he's done some intelligent things out there and playing the defense as well as we can see his offensive shot selection.
Jump shot.
You spread your offense, and he ends up shooting the deep 3.
Good if it goes. Allen Iverson knocks it down. That is a 3-point bomb dropped by Allen Iverson, who has 23 points. And Boston did have, as we mentioned before, a foul to give.
Yeah, I don't understand that. As soon as he catches it, you can foul him while the ball's in the air, you know, before he even catches it.
Well, they're going to look at it. They're going to review it and see if indeed he got time. It appeared as though he did. Oh, yes, easily within the time. And the 76ers have their biggest lead tonight. 79-66 as we go to the 4th. They're trying to scoop it off.
Oh, we've gone, you know, about 2 weeks ago, Kevin Garnett was my choice. I mean, Kevin Garnett's had a fantastic year, but wow.
Wow is right. 25 for Iverson. Skinner.
Well, and this is where Allen is extremely tough because he caught them in transition open court, got down quickly before anybody could react and got a layup. And that's what Larry wants to see happen. He wants to see him in transition quickly, get baskets, and particularly the way the Celtics are reacting or aren't reacting to them.
I want to play. That's the way every other team wants to play. They want to pass. They want to feel good about what the other guy's doing. They want to know what the other guy is doing. These are the Kings, are the envy of the entire NBA.
Well, you've got so many guys that can pass, and it's not just the way they play, it's because of the talent they have. I mean, for example, I love the way this Philadelphia team plays.
Oh, you know what's interesting? I mean, you see Allen coming out. You're talking about 2 men with an awful lot of pride, you know, right there. And that's what you love to see. I mean, they've worked at it. Both of them are champions. Both of them want to win, you know, but it's a love fest now. They're just like teammates. Look at them right there. And I'm glad to see that.
I think Iverson realizes that he's not going to find, you know, there are a lot of great coaches in the NBA. He's not going to find a better coach in the NBA than Larry Brown.
I agree with that.
Well, and Larry's not going to find many better players than Allen.
Exactly. It's a two-way street.
I think it's a compromise. Allen works hard when he's in a ball game. You know, he doesn't like that practice thing. As he said, we talked about practice. Yeah. But in the meantime, he comes in the game and works as hard as anybody in basketball, injured or well.
And it's a good lesson for everybody to learn because, you know, sometimes relationships are completely different. People come from different places and have different ideas how the game should be played, but you still can value the differences that each brings to the table. And it's just taken them time, I think, to fully appreciate what the other one brings.
The one thing they have in common is both of those men want to win.
Yes.
And that's the thing that has pulled them together.
Alley-oop, good pass from Grant Long into the high-flying grasp of what a great race this will be in the last 6 days. Allen Iverson had 25 points and looked great. Paul Pierce had 24, 2 of the premier players in the NBA. Our producer tonight, Mike Burks, our director, Lonnie Dale. Coming up next, the Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers. And now for Cheryl Miller, Danny Ainge, John Thompson. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long from the Fleet Center in Boston. We'll take a break and send you to Atlanta on TNT.